So I was in film school at the time in New York City, and I was studying animation and narrative filmmaking and basically everything that wasn't documentaries. Then in 2001, during Christmas break, I was back in my hometown of Santa Cruz, California, and I was hanging out with my good friend Jordy. We were making a real dumb little short, and we decided to do a little street casting. We randomly ended up bumping into Jeff Turner and handed him this terrible monologue that we wrote so that he could audition for the movie. And he really committed hard to his performance and elevated the weak material we gave him, and he did a great job, got himself the role. It was about a guy who secretly caused all these terrible accidents to happen so he could film them and then sell the footage to the news stations.
Planned accidents, a short subject. We're going to try to get Sean Donnelly win the Academy Award for Best Short Subject. He never submitted the film to the Academy, though.
Oops, I can't believe I forgot to do that. Anyway, while we were making this movie, we got to know Jeff a little better, and he was always talking about his good friend Tiffany. Eventually we realized he was talking about the Tiffany, and we looked it up online and found out that she had gotten a restraining order against him. I'd always heard stories about people like this that became obsessed with celebrities and they had to get a restraining order against them, but I'd never met anyone like that in my own life. I was so curious, I wanted to know how this developed and what he thought was going on from his point of view. So we transitioned from making this terrible short movie to trying to make a not terrible feature documentary. And every time I'd go home for the summer or for Christmas break, I would just film as much with Jeff as I could. And eventually, I'd gathered some footage, I started editing it, and I showed it to my film school friend, Phil Buccellato, who was really into it, and he wanted to come on board and help me finish it. So he came in and helped shoot the rest of the movie and helped us edit it. And you can really tell the point Phil got involved because everything starts to look and sound a lot better. Thank you, Phil. The film was extremely low budget, and we just worked on it whenever we had time, so it took 6 to 7 years to finally finish it. And the movie went on to play at all these film festivals all over the world. It got a lot of articles written about it, and it kind of developed a cult audience, which was really cool. I tried to make another documentary after this, but the subject was pretty difficult and wouldn't let me film so many different things, so it was too hard to finish. So it really made me appreciate Jeff and Kelly and how open and willing to share they were, and ultimately I think that's why this movie still is alive today, 20 years later, and you're watching it and listening to me talk right now.